Well, we're not too far away from heading out and firing up the grill, having some parties in the backyard. So let's do up a dip today that really doesn't require heat. If you want to use some, you can. I'll explain that here in just a second. And overall, it's actually very healthy because we're using a lot of fresh vegetables and things of that nature. I'm just going to really kind of like a corn dip, if you will, but there's all kind of corn dips out there and variations of what you can do with it. So ingredient-wise, here's what we have going on. We're going to use a healthy version, so we're actually going to use some Greek yogurt today. This is a fat-free Greek yogurt. If you want sour cream, go for it. If you want cream cheese, go for it. Mayonnaise, I probably wouldn't do mayonnaise on this, but if you want it, go for it, right? But again, fat-free Greek yogurt, that's going to make things a little bit on the healthier side for us. Now, I have some corn here, and what I've done with that corn is I have roasted that corn in a pan. I'll explain that in just a second. Diced up some very fresh cucumber, about half there of a red onion, some cherry tomatoes, kind of quartered, if you will, and I have jalapeno here that is very fresh. Diced it up, removed the membranes and the seeds to reduce the heat, but you'll still get a little bit of heat with it, but nothing near as bad. You'll get more of that jalapeno flavor. Just chopped up some very fresh cilantro, and we're going to add, excuse me, some feta cheese into that, along with some smoked paprika, some chili powder, and some garlic powder. So when I talked about the corn that you see here and how it's a little charred, if you will, I didn't do this on the grill, but you can if you want to. But what I did is I used some avocado oil in a pan and let it get hot and just constantly every couple of minutes stir the corn until it gets this little bit of char flavor on it, a little more of a sweeter flavor mixed in with it. And here's why I chose avocado oil. Let me show you some smoke points of oils and how things actually are different depending what oil you're using. I didn't use olive oil. Its smoke point is around 325. And there's different reasons why smoke points are different. How much fat's in there? How well has that oil been refined? How long has that oil been sitting around? Just things of that nature. Canola is about 375, grapeseed around 420. But again, I used avocado, which that smoke point is around 520. So, and it's exactly what it says. It's when the oil starts to smoke. And when you have that happening, that is when the fat is breaking down. You're going to start introducing these burnt flavors into your food. So if you're doing something where you really want to get that pan hot, if you're searing something like a meat, if you're stir frying, if you're deep frying, you need to use an oil that has a higher smoke point to it so that you don't ruin your food. So kind of keep that in mind. Different oils give you different flavors and do different things for your food. Once you've got all your ingredients here, really it's just a matter of putting everything together and mixing it into a bowl. So I've got the lime juice here. I want to use fresh lime juice. A couple of ways to make your limes or your citrus is a whole lot juicier is one of two ways, or you can do both ways. You can take your citrus there and press firmly against the table or the countertop, roll it back and forth. That's really going to loosen up everything inside, your lime, your lemon, your orange, and let those juices really begin to come out. Or you can throw it into the microwave for about 15 seconds, and that'll really warm things up, expand things inside, and that too will also loosen up those juices inside. So I'm going to cut that here, and we're going to juice that in just a moment. We'll put my knife off to the side because we're done with the knife now. So now we'll get the mixing bowl out, and this is just a mixing process from here on out. That's all you're going to do. So we'll put that corn here into the bowl. You can use frozen corn if you want. You can use canned corn or fresh corn. I've actually seen some of the stores are carrying fresh corn now. Take your cherry tomatoes and throw those in there too, and just look at the juices and leave the juices in there. That's not going to be a problem whatsoever. So your cherry tomatoes, depending on their size, cut them in half. You might even have to quarter them. Red onion is going to go in next. I did half of a red onion. Did not saute this in oil or anything. I want the flavor of the onion. I want the crunch of the onion to be in there. And then I took some cucumber here as well. Chop, 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 chop into small circles there as I'm going down the line, and then I quartered the cucumber. We'll throw about half a cucumber in there. Jalapeno is I julienned it, and then I finally cut the jalapeno up into small bites, so you're not getting a big bite of jalapeno, but you're getting that flavor mixed in with it. And again, I took the seeds out and the membranes. That's where your heat really is. You'll still get some heat from the jalapeno, but not near as much. You'll get more flavor with that. Now we're going to throw in our garlic powder. If you would like to use fresh garlic with this, absolutely go ahead. Just make sure it's minced up nice and neat so that you're not getting big bites of garlic, hence why I went with the garlic powder. A little bit of heat here, but nothing too crazy. Is going to be some chili powder. And then for that good flavor of maybe a little smokiness to this, you can actually get some of that smoked paprika and throw that in there too. And you can bind all this together again with that Greek yogurt. So we're going to take, say, right now we'll go with maybe about half a cup there of that Greek yogurt. And then we're going to mix in that lime juice in there, and I want to use the juice of whole lime. If you're not making dishes with citruses, boy, you're missing out. It adds intense levels of flavor, and I say intense is a good way. And I tell you what, it just gives that extra burst of freshness. So, and look how much juice is coming out again because I loosened it up on the table a little bit before we came on the air, and then a little bit during, as I just showed you there. Last thing we're going to add in now is we're going to throw in some of that crumbled feta cheese. We're going to mix some of that in, put the cheese back over there, and now all you're going to do is mix that that Greek yogurt. Again, is really going to help bind things together, make it go on that chip or that pita chip a little bit easier. Your recipe is done. This is all you have to do. So what I'm going to do now is toss the commercial break, bowl it up here for us, and take some chips and such over to Ron and top it with a little bit of cilantro. We'll be right back.